All right, let's get into our picks here. So before we do, as always, we go over what we did last week. Since last time we did a recap, we hadn't had a Monday Night Football over yet. So last week, week 9, let's see here. I'm getting down to it here. So 14 games overall. I had 11 wins on the straight up. You had 12, both very good. On the spread picks, I had 10. You had 6. On the over-unders, I had 8. You had 7. And the trifectas, I had 4. You had 2, meaning we got the straight-up pick, the spread pick, and the over-under correct in the same game.
Yeah.
That puts me at a lead of 33-27 last week. Extends my lead overall in the season to 265-257. So I got 8 points I'm up by. 8 points for Gryffindor.
Yeah. Out of 250. That's nothing.
No, I'm up big. Leave me alone.
Oh, stop it. I'll put up a 10 spot against you, and you'll be like, what happened? Oh, it's such a good week.
Yeah, listen, 1 week. You did 1 week. You're still living off that 1 week.
I'm not living off the 1 week. I haven't been.
You are. Worse than Bon Jovi living in a prayer.
Oh!
We actually are halfway there. This is the halfway point of the season, basically. Yeah. So we already gave our picks here, obviously, for the Ravens and Bengals. You and I both did the same thing, picking the over on it, but we were different as far as our straight up and our spread pick. I picked the Ravens for both. You picked the Bengals for both. So we'll see what happens.
Well, going into halftime right now, the Bengals are 14-7. Legit halftime, just winning to play.
Okay.
Johnson went down inbounds and ran the clock out before the rest put the ball down. Lamar Jackson doesn't look so happy, but 14-7 score. Sorry, bud.
So we'll see what happens. Still plenty of football to play there. Let's get into the Sunday games, though, here. So we got to start off, of course, with the game we've been talking about here. The game of the week in Germany. The matchup that everyone is excited for in the Munich metropolitan area.
The poor German fans.
Like, what did we do? We are sorry.
We said sorry for 80 years. Stop.
Like, seriously, like, how pissed off? Like, I get it. Like, if you're a big fan of NFL in Germany, like, you probably are excited, but you're probably still going, like, damn it, really? This is the matchup I get? Like,
it's like one of the first few years, or like Prime getting Thursday Night Football.
This is
wrong games over.
This is the game that even Amazon Prime didn't want. This is your Giants versus the Panthers. So far in 3 games they've had in Germany, the favorite has won each of them, has covered. Also, the under is 3-0 in NFL Germany games, guys. So, yeah. I already had said I expect the Giants to win this, so obviously I'm picking them as the winner. I'm keeping the Giants overall as my pick because of the fact that that's your stat. And I just don't have much faith in the Panthers, luckily, as a Giant fan. And I'm still going to go under on the points because I just think this is going to be a really low-scoring game. I think this is going to be like a 21-14 kind of game.
If we're lucky.
Yeah, maybe a 24-17, but it's going to be right around that kind of range there, you know?
It might be like a 17-9.
Yeah. This is not going to be a high-scoring game, that's for damn sure. What you got, Rob?
We agree wholeheartedly. This whole thing. This is going to be our first trifecta together this week.
I feel bad about the Giants' chances all of a sudden.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Last week, I'm pretty sure all the trifectas that I hit were the ones you hit. So we're good to go.
Well, I would doubt. Oh, actually, I have to see about that. Let's see. The last 2 you hit. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
Actually, I lied. The Eagles, Jaguars.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, next up, go for it, Rob.
All right. Next up, you got the Patriots going into Chicago playing The Bears. Oh, jeez.
I don't just got that. You got that. We all got that. The same schedule.
The Bears. Oh, you got the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears are favored 6.5 points at home.
Oh, don't you know?
Don't you know? You know now. And the over on this game is 38.5 points. Let's talk about two teams that somewhat had high hopes, but they also could not get their season off the ground and work it.
Like I had high hopes.
I couldn't get it out. I was about to start crying. High hopes. But
pie.
Yeah. High hopes. Anyway, but you get the Bears that like a couple weeks this year, they've looked like a good team. Same with the Patriots, but most of the time they've looked like Dookie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is that Dookie Howser, MD?
No, Dookie, like
the
green, like the Green Day album.
I thought you said Duke.
Yeah, that Dookie.
Okay, there we go.
With a K.
So similar. Say he was better
pretty much.
Met your mother.
Yeah. So I'm going to take the Bears to win this game, but I do not have faith in the spread.
Yep.
I'm going to take the Pats to win this game, and I don't have faith in these teams to put up a lot of points. So I'm also taking the under. The Bears showed potential to put up a lot of points against bad teams.
Yeah.
The Patriots is a bad offense, but they're a pretty good defense. They could put pressure against this rookie quarterback in Cleve. So I don't follow suit to the spread where they're going to get skunked, and also don't follow suit to it being a high-scoring game because the Patriots don't let up that much points on average this year. And it seems like 80% of the games that the Bears play, they also don't let up a lot of points.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because the Patriots have kind of changed mid-season because of the change of quarterback, and they've looked definitely much better in offense since Drake May's gotten in. I'm looking at the fact that the Bears have won 8 straight games in Chicago. They have also gone 7-1 against the spread over that stretch. So it makes sense to go Bears, but the Patriots have covered in back-to-back games, and I have a lot of faith in Drake May to put up some points. Not necessarily a ton, but just enough to cover a spread. So I'm going to go the Bears to win. I'm going to go the Patriots to cover, like you said as well. But I'm going over on the points. I think there's going to be some points in this, guys. I really do. I think this is going to be a game that's going to be like a 24-20, 1 kind of game. I think that's where it's going to be, is that kind of game. So next up, we got the Bills at the Colts. Your classic Buffalo versus horse matchup. We all know we've seen that in nature all the time on the Discovery Channel. We got the Bills are the Colts are a 4-point underdog in this thing here. So the Bills are giving up 4 points in this. It's a 47.5 point spread. And listen, guys, I got a lot of faith in the Bills overall to win games. I really do. But I also have a lot of faith in the Colts to cover spreads. They literally have 9 wins this season against the spread. Guys, we're going into week 10. What does that tell you? They have beaten the spread every single week. It's a weird stat, but I'm going to use it. So I'm going to go with the Colts to win against the spread, while I think the Bills will win. I have the under on the points as well. 47.5. I think it's just a little high. I think it's going to get close there. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's going to be just under. It's going to be like 46 points, 45 points. It's going to be that kind of close. But I have just under.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong for a lot of things you said. I mean, I'm taking the Bills to win this game. Like, hands down, the Bills are the better team. Colts have been fantastic in covering the spread. But
perfect, even.
Yes. Some say perfect, but there's
perfect.
only one team that's gone perfect, straight up, if you will, and that's the 70-something Dolphins, if you will. Not trying to give them a lot of things. So all I'm saying is the time
Dolphins.
it is. I'm just trying to not acknowledge how they like to.
Dolphins. They're not. Yeah, it was a 72. Yeah, we can acknowledge the Dolphins. They're not they're not the Cowboys or the Eagles. That's a two.
No, I just don't like how every time a team gets close to being undefeated, the third party.
Well, they're undefeated against the spread. I don't think there's a party for that.
No, but you're not wrong. But I'm just saying that
pop the corks here, guys. We went.
I'm just saying. Just interrupt over here, you jerk. I'm just saying they're not. I'm not saying to pop the corks against them. I'm saying they're only
guys. What kind of
only team?
It'll be like
they're the only team that's gone undefeated. Okay, so they're the only team that's gone undefeated the whole year on some aspect. So it comes to an end every season since 1972. So guess what's going to happen this week? That spread being the spread is going to come to the end, and the Bills are going to win. And you know what the Bills do? They just don't let up. They're going to take the over.
No, you know why they're not going to? This is not going to happen because the Colts know that they have to win something in order for the Ursays not to leave middle of the night. They've done it before. They're going to do it again one day. That's what happens in the Ursays. Ask Baltimore. I'm just saying they got to win something. They're going to win the spread. They got this. They got this.
Oh yeah, whatever. Keep going. Let's talk about the most exciting game of the week. Let's talk about how the Vikings are going to go with the Jacksonville. And
I gotta say, there's not a lot of exciting games this week. That actually might be an exciting game. There really isn't a lot of exciting games.
No, but the Vikings are 7-point favorites on the road, which sounds crazy.
No, sounds right.
And the 44 is the over-under. That's just Vegas trying to respect Jacksonville, who has been heinous this year. Terrible. They've been
right now. This is not going to be a home game for Jacksonville.
No,
the Viking fans will take over that stadium. I guarantee it.
Yeah, big time.
Except the pool. There's a pool in the stadium. That's always actual Jaguar fans. There really is a pool. You can actually swim in the pool watching the game. It's weird. It's a really tiny pool. It's like it makes cruise ship pools look large. Like I don't understand why they did it, but whatever.
And the pH balance, it's all P. There's no H.
Oh, I'm sure it's warm spots all over that pool. One big warm spot.
But this game is, to me, it's not even fair. You might as well just hit the mercy roll. It's going to be Vikings in the over. Just woof.
100% agreed. This is not going to be pretty. Next up, we got the Broncos at the Chiefs. Not to be confused with the Chefs. And yeah, the Chiefs guys are just been on a tear all season long. I expect that fully to continue. Now, the weird thing is the Broncos actually won the last time these two teams met, which is week 8 of the 23 season. And it ended a 16-game win streak in the head-to-head series for the Chiefs and the Broncos there. So, yeah, it's time to start a whole new trend here at that point. I got Chiefs to win. I got Chiefs to get the divisional victory. Like I said, start that streak up again. I do think, though, it's going to be a little closer than some people think. It's just the vibe I get. Like it's going to be a close game because it's two division rivals. The refs are going to help out the Chiefs in some way, shape, or form, and all of a sudden they will somehow win. And Taylor Swift will do a song in the booth. I'm just saying. That's what I see happening. Okay, but yeah. So I got Chiefs to win, Broncos to cover, and I have the over on the points because Broncos have been putting up some points randomly in games at that point. To me, if it's division rival, this is when it's going to happen.
Yeah, the Broncos have been a weird team this year, and they've either been lackluster on the offense, they've been putting up points. It seems like Bo Nix has been coming to, been putting up some points. It's also like, you said, divisional game. But you're also talking about the returning 2-time Super Bowl champion for the past 2 years. You're also talking about divisional game of the undefeated team. Grant, that trend will come to an end at one point. They're not going to be the 72 Dolphins all over again. I just talked about that.
No, you never know.
So I'm taking the Chiefs.
Someone is going to do it.
And it's going to be a lot harder, and they're just going to rub it in the face of all those guys because, you had 16 games, so guess what? We had to play 1,900 games in order to the postseason.
This is going to be bigger because the 72 teams had less games to win.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
it was like 18 wins with the postseason or 16 wins.
It would make them, though, the better team at that point.
100%.
So, yeah, a 14-game regular season, 3 games in the postseason. So they went 17-0. So basically, our regular season as long as them with their postseason. So,
correct.
Obviously, the one seed to buy at that point, so they have to go 20-0 to be undefeated.
Pretty much. So I'm taking the Chiefs to win this game, hands down. Better team. Broncos too young, and I'm actually going to take the Chiefs. And as much as it hurts me to break apart from that 5.5 point spread that I like to keep at home. I think Chiefs playing at home against a team that's been coming to, but that quarterback has not played well. Bo Nix has not played well against good defenses, which let's talk about the Chiefs. Defense is top 5, has been underrated. And in the divisional game, I think he's gonna feel a little pressure and he's gonna get a little heated and it's gonna go a little sour for him.
By the way, obviously, remember the QB coach for Denver is Davis Webb, the former Giants quarterback. I'm hearing a lot of buzz for him this offseason of becoming an OC because of what's happening with Bo Nix. People like the way Bo Nix has been developing. There's a lot of hype all of a sudden about him. There's even people suggesting, because let's be honest, Mike Kafka's not coming back.
No,
he's not coming back. It's not going to happen, guys. This is last year of a contract. You can't force him to work here, and him and Dable are oil and vinegar. So I'm curious, considering the relationship that he has with Dable, would Davis Webb come here and be our new OC next year? And if he does that, he also, let's be honest, probably gets to develop a quarterback, which he seems to be doing pretty well so far in Denver. And I don't mean that Bo Nix is lighting it up. I mean, most people thought Bo Nix would fall flat in his face. And he's been developing better over as time goes by. So not great, but better. So
he's a serviceable quarterback. He's been top 20 in the league as a rookie. You take that.
I honestly expect at this point he'd be the guy someone should have drafted him. He should be on the bench by now. He's been doing better than I expected.
Yeah.
I'll give him a little kudos for that. So
he's had a better rookie year than Bryce Young, who was drafted first overall last year.
It's not saying much.
It's not.
If that's the bar we set, okay.
I'm just saying you take the number 1 draft pick to 4th round. That is saying much.
That's the bar we set. That bar is set so low that a 105-year-old woman can just climb over that thing. That's how low it is.
Yeah. So,
next up, we got the important matchup here. I'm kidding. No, it's just gonna be a boring matchup. Yeah. The Falcons at the Saints, guys. The Falcons at the Saints. What you got, Rob?
Oh, geez.
Almost took your turn. Your turn.
Actually, it's your turn, but I'll go ahead and jump in there.
No,
go ahead, jump in there.
No, I went first in that game, and then you mentioned it was your pick, and then we started going.
All right, so let's go in there. So the Falcons are going to the Falcons are going to New Orleans. Nolans.
Shrimp and grits.
Which the Falcons are the 3.5 point favorites in this game, and the over-run is 46.5 points. It's simple, guys. The Falcons are running away with this division. Saints have not played good football since week 3. Oh, actually, since week 2 of football. And they've just been on a nonstop losing streak. So I'm taking the Falcons win, the Falcons to cover, and I'm taking the over because the Falcons are just up on putting on points.
So The Saints are historic at this point in the NFL season, guys. As we lost Rob because he hates history. This is the first time an NFL team started off winning the first two games with a point spread of at least 20 points. And then they would go on to lose 7 games in a row, guys. 7 games. That is absolutely preposterous, guys. Like I said, probably something you'll never see again. Now, Carr is going to be back in this game here. So I'm with Rob. I think Falcons win. Falcons cover the 3.5 point spread difference and the over on the points. But the over on the points, the big reason for that is because of the fact that Carr is going to be in the game. I think he's obviously a much better quarterback than Spencer Rattler is. And we've seen him put up some points in the past there. So, yeah, Falcons, and over. Next up, we have the 49ers at the Buccaneers, guys. And this will be the returning game for Christian McCaffrey, who should be making a season debut in this game there. Now, anytime you get McCaffrey back, you are setting yourself up for a nice game potentially. So, sorry, Bucs fans. I got the Niners, 100%. So does Rob. The Buccaneers are getting 6 points in this game. It's still under a touchdown, guys. I'll still take the Niners with that. So will Rob. Now, 50.5 points is the spread. I got the under on this. Rob is taking the over. Like I said, that's where only spot that he and I are going to disagree in this game here is I'm going to take the over. I say the under, and he's going to take the over with this Niner versus Buck matchup there. So,
yeah, I mean, Drew, you're taking the Niners are coming off a bye week here. That has...
my big thing is getting CMC back. You get CMC back, yeah, that's going to be making some differences there,
big time. But up next, you got the Steelers going into DC playing the Commanders. The Commanders are 2.5 point favorites at home. And over under.
You want Atlantic City team to play so we can have an AC/DC matchup?
Ooh.
Like all the teams come out to help bells. Like,
yeah.
Come on, you know it's awesome.
These guys really have a currency over here.
I'm just saying that'd be absolutely amazing. You're trying to make electrical jokes. I'm on to you.
Oh, you.
Speaking of which, if you're going to the game in Germany, remember to bring your European outlet.
Yeah.
Their plugs are different. I don't know what it is.
Actually, no. It's isn't it the prong? One this way, one this way?
I don't know. It's insanity. It's insanity. I have a universal one that fits anything, and then I just plug a charging strip thing into it, so that way I can just charge my phones and do all that kind of stuff without having to worry. I have one of those whenever I travel. Cruise boats a lot of times have the weird international ones, so they have universal. They fit everything. It's weird. Anyway, you were saying, sir.
Anyway, like I said, the over-under is 45 in this game. This actually might be a very exciting game to watch.
This might be. Yeah.
It's one of these teams that's had a really good defense all year with a subpar offense against a high caliber offense with a subpar defense. Jaden Daniels is really proven to be what we said probably the number one prospect coming out of this NFL draft, and just Hail Marys, hopes and dreams has been doing it right. And you got Russell Wilson kind of like surprisingly having a resurgence with Pittsburgh, which is not surprising because he's been playing with Tomlin, who's been a generational coach. Not the best, but generational. He's fantastic. He's a guy that's going to be down in the Hall of Fame.
I still wonder if Russell Wilson will be a New York Giant next year. I still do. I mean, Daniel Jones is not here. Obviously, you have to sign one veteran. No, I'm saying you have to sign one veteran. You're not going to just throw it up to the rookie and let a rookie sink if he doesn't look good coming out of camp and everything. You're going to get a veteran. And we're not going to be able to afford a guy like, Sam Darnold because he's going to make a lot of money after what he's doing with the Vikings this year. He'll be the one everybody wants. Just saying.
You're the one I want.
Wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me at all if Russell Wilson is in a Giants uniform.
I mean, we were talking about that a year ago. So
yeah, but the difference was we weren't guaranteeing him a starting job, and that's the thing. Yeah. Whereas I think the Giants this time would say, hey, he'll be doing kind of the same role you did last year with Justin Fields. You know, we're going to have you start for a little bit. We'll probably eventually let this kid start, but you get a chance to play some more.
And your offensive line is going to look way worse than what you just had, and you're going to have to run for your life.
No, our offensive line hasn't been playing that bad. Once we get Andrew Thomas back and get,
I'm not saying our offensive line is bad.
So negative.
We're talking about the Steelers' offensive line, but our offensive line.
Steelers' offensive line has not been playing very well. They really have not. There's a reason they had to make moves to draft people this year to fit the spots. They're not that great at offensive line. Their offense in general is not that great. He's got potential here.
Their offensive line is way better than it was last year, which is better still than our offensive line.
It was pitiful the year before. Anyway,
it was.
Back to the game.
Back to the game. I'm going to take DC to win this game. They're better on offense, and their defense is just a smidge less. But the more output of the offense is going to be enough for them to win this game, to cover this game. And I'm also going to take them in the under because I don't think it's going to be that high power of an offensive game. And it's going to be more of a defensive game at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm actually 100% on board with everything you're saying there. I think that this is going to be a game that Jaden Daniels just makes one right move to get the win. And it's going to be that kind of game for them. So, yeah, Commanders, and under. Next up, we got the blowout of the week. And that's going to be the Titans at the Chargers. Something just tells me this is going to be a nothing close game whatsoever. This is going to be a game that they're going to wish they hadn't gone to if they're a Titans fan kind of thing. Luckily, it's in LA. Look at this. The last time the Titans franchise defeated the Chargers on the road, they were still the Houston Oilers. It's been that long. That was 1990 when they defeated the San Diego Chargers. Neither team is playing where they were at the time. It's been 34 years. Since then, the Chargers have literally won 9 straight home matchups against the Titans franchise. That is not good, guys. So I'm sitting here to tell you point blank, the Chargers win. The Chargers absolutely crush the Titans. 7.5 point spread is nothing to scare me whatsoever. And I had the under 39. This is going to be like a 21-7 kind of game, I think. That's what kind of game I think it's going to be.
It might be even more low scoring than that. I 100% agree with you, Drew. I look at this game, looking at the history of these two teams. The Chargers have been a better team with way worse coaching.
Yep.
Now the big difference is the Titans are, I guess, less of a team than last time they met, and you got Harbaugh with Herbert, and those guys aren't the main stars. Like, they're going to be running this ball with a decent line. Like, it's the only thing that I question in this game is, do the Chargers cover? I think they do. I think they win by minimum 10.
Yeah.
I'll say minimum 9. Minimum 9 is fair.
I would say 7.5 isn't even a big enough spread for what I think it's going to be.
8.5. It should be. You should juice it up. Like, if not the biggest betting guy out there, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money, but if you know how to juice up your pot and how to get a little more oomph out of this, go to 8.5.
Oomph.
We're not in Germany. This game's not in Germany. This game is.
By the way, if we win this week, are we going to do a Ziggy Zaggy?
We should.
We should do a Ziggy Zaggy.
I have a freedom funnel. Should I do the Ziggy
actual
Zaggy
German
to the Freedom Funnel?
I have German Stein, so I'll be using that.
Oh. You know what the Freedom Funnel is?
I don't know, because freedom don't come free, and I'm broke.
It is an expensive funnel that it's shaped in the shape of an eagle with the American flag.
Not quite as cool as Das Boot.
Not quite, but you also don't have to turn the boot.
You have to turn it. Turn the boot. That's the key.
You don't have to turn the boot. You just
get stuck in the heel.
The straight funnel. The vortex does not need to be altered.
Let's see here. Next up, go for Rob.
Up next, you got the Jets going into Arizona to play the Cardinals.
They just want UT.
Yeah, the Jets are favored 1.5 in this game, which is they just want to just polish everything about the Jets here. And the over-under is 46.5 points. And you know what? Vegas wants to polish the Jets, and I think they're right. I think they're trying to a little bit of honey dick the fans out there to say, like, oh, we hyped up the Cardinals all year about how great their offense is. We've hyped up this and that. Like, they're playing at home. We're going to get the Jets just a little bit. 1.5 points. Take the Cardinals. Meanwhile, Jets are probably going to win by 4 in this game. Is it going to be a blowout? I don't think it's necessarily going to be a blowout. But when you're favored going into the stadium, yeah, I think Jets win this game. Not easily, but handily, if you will. And I think they do it in the under because I think Aaron Rodgers is not going to be the key player in this game. It's going to be Mr. Breece Hall.
My biggest thing with this whole game is I want the Jets to win a little. And this is going to sound bad, but I don't care. I'm saying it. So, obviously, we're in quarterback hell as a Giants fan. If the Jets happen to suck and continue to suck and get a good draft pick and get a quarterback and that quarterback hits, it's going to suck to be a Giant fan. So what I want is them to be like us of 22. Like you played just good enough that you can't get a quarterback in the draft. Because Aaron Rodgers is still going to come back next year and you'll be stuck with one more year of Aaron Rodgers because he's not giving up that sweet, sweet contract.
No.
Just saying. That's what's probably going to happen. I mean, it's not so bad when you got a guy behind him. Like, okay, we're grooming this guy to replace Aaron Rodgers next year. You're not going to have that if you win a couple games. There's so many QB teams. What do you do? Sign Sam Darnold to be your quarterback again? That worked so well the first time. Oh, my gosh. Next up. Oh, I forgot to say, by the way, I agree with everything you said. Jets under. Next up, we got what should have been a good battle, but it's not going to be. The Eagles at the Cowboys, and Dak Prescott is out of this game. So, yeah, that's going to be kind of a not so entertaining game to watch. And for that reason, Cooper Rush is going to be the starter. Keep in mind that Rush has a 5-1 record as an NFL starter during his time. The last time Dak Prescott got hurt. So, they played well with him before, but they had a much more stacked team back then. It's not nearly as stacked as it was back then. So I got Eagles to win, Eagles to cover the 7-point differential, and I have under on the points because I just don't think that Rush is going to put up a lot of points. And I just think the Cowboys are going to play like a goose egg kind of game. And that's going to put the end of it. Like they're going to lose. I think if Dak Prescott, I heard he's like potentially to go on the IR and be done for the season. If that happens, just say bye to Mike McCarthy. Like he will be gone.
Bye.
Yeah. 1 year too late for them because they could have got Dan Quinn and kept him.
Sadly.
Not sadly at all. Yeah. I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying for
the you Cowboy fans.
Yeah.
How about the
I actually know the news that Prescott is not playing this game. By the way, did you see the meme out there?
Which one?
Where I shouldn't even say it's a meme. It's Prescott was in the game before he got hurt last week. And it was like one of those what do these call those videos? Where they bad reads. But it was straight up no audio. You could see
that is as a Giant fan.
What?
Who knows what that is as a Giant fan? A bad read.
No, it's not like a bad read down the field. It's like your lips, bad reads on your lips. Like
a bad lip reading.
Yeah. Okay. So, and it looks like you see Dak Prescott clear as day holding up to his, and he just goes.
I couldn't see what you did. Your camera froze.
Oh, here, let's do this again this way.
Keep in mind the audio people have no clue what you're saying. Then
yeah, it's good because I also don't want to.
You can see it
kicked off. I think we FUCKING SUCK. We duck and suck.
Yeah, well, you might not have been.
Wrong.
You might have actually just said it. Be honest.
It's not dubbed over. There was no dubbed over. You can't hear the audio, but you can read his lips. Yeah. Hands down. That's what I was making out there. So anyway, I agree with you. Eagles win handily, and it's going to be the under because with Rush starting this game, there's no hope.
Yep, he doesn't have the same line and weapons he had around him last time.
No, these teams play each other pretty handily and pretty tough when their starters are there. But as soon as there's a key injury, typically it's a blowout. And
now, I'm going to hope the same outcome. I hope every Cowboys and Eagles matchup, a tie.
That's the best outcome. Or an explosion in the stadium. But no one gets hurt.
Oh, that would not be good for the fans.
But no one gets hurt.
Wow.
No one gets hurt. All right, let's talk about Sunday Night Football. Let's stop being a Debbie Downer.
No more explosions over here.
There's an explosion in my pants. Talk about Sunday Night Football.
There's the Debbie Downer. We haven't brought out the Debbie Downer in a while.
Ready to talk about Sunday Night Football?
Sunday night.
Night. All right, you got the Lions playing the Texans. The Lions are 3.5-point favorites on the road. The Ruads. And the over-under in this game is 48.5 points. Woof. The Texans have been great at home. Terrible on the road. They have not won 2 games.
Ask the Jets.
What was that?
Ask the Jets.
Oh, yeah. I guess I think bigger in Texas tastes better in MetLife Stadium. Anyway, apropos.
This came off awkward, but okay, let's see next.
Those Lions, they're so hot right now.
Hot like Han.
It's so hot. So they start off the season. We'll say 1-1.
Giants game.
This Lions team started off 1-1 and has played nonstop great football and just been an offensive tyrant. Matt Stafford. Oh, sorry, Matt Stafford. I apologize. Golf. Apparently, Matt Stafford. The reverse trade. Goff was it week 4, 5 through 100% perfect NFL stats records. Like
that was amazing. Seahawks.
Amazing.
Marriage.
So I'm riding the train. I'm thinking the Lions win this game. I'm thinking
the train sound.
As I take the wave over.
Wow. You are banished from being head of the automatopoeia department. I'm saying.
Well, you got to pee? What?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so I'm thinking the Lions win this game. I'm thinking the Lions obviously cover. And I'm going to take the over in this game because the Lions also do not like to stop playing offense, no matter how bad that defense looks. And I do believe that the Texans will put up some points but just not enough. It's going to be like one of those games. It's going to be like 35, 38 to like 17, 20.
Yeah, I mean, I'm agreeing with a lot of what you say, except the points thing. I think the points are going to be under. I just have a feeling that it's going to be a lower scoring game than people think. Just the vibe I get. No reason besides vibe. Sometimes you got to go with your gut. The one interesting thing that could switch this out, Nico Collins is eligible to come off the IR for this game, and if he does, well, they're a whole lot better team with him. Having that deep threat, especially with Diggs being out right now, like that's going to be a nice addition to a Texas team that needs some help at that wide receiver position. So, but yeah, I'm going with Lions under. Last game.
Oh yeah, Monday night.
That's for last. Here we go. The Dolphins at the Rams. And guys, the Rams have been playing pretty decent the last couple of weeks there, guys. And
they won the last 4 straight?
They've won their last 3 games of the season. But Miami's also 12-2 all time against the Rams, which is pretty damn good, including 5 straight wins. I'm going to say that streak comes to an end, though. I got the Rams to win. I got the Rams to cover because 1 point is nothing for me. And I'm actually going to go under, even though I think it's going to be very close. I think it's going to be like a 48-point kind of score. But 50 is a little too high for my blood. I'm going to go under.
Yeah, I actually 100% agree with everything you're saying.
Whoop, whoop.
Which doesn't happen that often.
Happens a lot this time.
This week, at least.
It really does.
And watch this the week where we each get 5 straight up.
There we go.
But listen, Tua has not 100% looked the same against since he's come back from that concussion.
No, he is not.
He is not. Miami's defense is god awful. And they just keep on getting injuries. I think I just saw this morning their cornerback also went down with injury.
Yeah, they're
and you're playing against the Rams, which are getting healthier. Yeah, you got Puka Nacua come back. You got their defense, who's not been playing well, come back, and they're starting to put up points. And their defense is stopping people. And we've seen how the Dolphins play against. They play against good teams with good defenses. They don't play good. So obviously, Rams under.
Yep. So we're 100% the same there. So, all right, guys, we'll find out who's right there on our Monday edition of the recap that we do every single week there for Week 10.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.